That's right. You know, fencers, swimmers, basketballers, track athletes, the biennial games actually gives them a chance to test themselves against a different standard altogether.
And also to see if all that hard work that they've put in over the years will actually pay off with a medal. 404 golds, 404 silver, 528 bronze medals at stake.
Then again, there are thousands of athletes here, so I'm sure a lot of them will be leaving empty-handed, unfortunately. But if they had tried their best, we say well done to them.
Team Singapore athletes definitely trying their best today. We start off with a badminton competition where the men were in the semi-finals against Malaysia.
And we'll see singles and doubles played. Starting with the singles between Ryan Ng and Iskander. Jump smash, pushes it wide. 3 points in a row. 10-7 to the Malaysians. Oh, lovely cross court, right deep down to the baseline. Oh, there it goes. First game. 21-19 to Ryan Ng of Singapore. Well played. Opened it up for himself to score that nicely, pushing the Malaysian to his forehand. Badminton's been played at most SEA Games competitions, and just having a look at the records earlier today to game point. Second game. Checks the line, plays it. It hit the Singaporean. Is 21-17, so one game each. He really attacked that. There was no way that he was going to miss that shot. Well, he made him work for it, throwing his body about the court, even when he was 10 points down, diving, scrambling, but in the end beaten by a better player on the day. Iskander wins it 21-19, 17-21, 21-10. Sizable early advantage in this, the first game. (16-4). Here's Shuttlecock. Oh, the best rally till the end, waiting till the end of the first game. Into the space. There it is, 21-10. Malaysia take the first game in the first men's doubles rubber. 21-10, Malaysia. Oh yes, driven between the two players. 15-11. Whoa, what a brilliant game. The Singaporeans held their nerve. 22-20, it's one each. We're back at all square.
11-all.
Out. It was out. Signalled wide. The Singaporeans challenge. But it will be a short-lived challenge, I fear. They shake hands now. And Malaysia have taken the first doubles. 2 games to 1. And there's the final score, 21-15. First game of the second singles. Singapore really need this to stay in with a chance of winning and going through to the final. And he finishes it with a flourish. 21-9.
First game won by Singapore, 21-9.
Oh, yes. Totally different game. There it is. Second game. 21-17. Song.
Second game won by Malaysia.
That time they were rewarded.
Service overs.
Boy had Song on the ground. What a final point it was. He's come back. Song Juven has come back from 21-9 down in the first game to win the next two, 21-17, 21-18. 3-0, the match score.
The singles and doubles competition in badminton starts on Saturday, and the last time Singapore won gold in that was Fu Ming Tian back at the 2011 SEA Games.
We wish our shuttlers all the very best. Now we're going to go for a short break, but do stay with us because we're going to be watching fencer and teenager Lau Yiwen in action.
Yeah, she's already a world champion, by the way, a title she claimed in 2016. And today she's involved in the final of the individual sabre events. All the highlights of that coming up on Today at the Games.
This is Today at the Games, MediaCorp's coverage of the 29th SEA Games held here in Kuala Lumpur. We've got shooting and hockey a little bit later on, but first, fencing.
Now, Sports Girl of the Year, Lau Yee-Wen, made history when she became the first Southeast Asian to win a fencing world title. Today, she's involved in the final of the individual sabre event.
It was in this event in 2015's Games that she'd actually won the bronze medal, so just by making it to the final, she's already gotten one better.
Oh yeah, definite silver, but let's not kid ourselves. She's an athlete. What she wants is gold.
On the final day of fencing, Team Singapore's Lim Wei Wen, who won the silver medal at the last Games, was up against defending gold medalist Nguyen Thien Huat of Vietnam in the quarterfinals of the individual épée. Both fencers matched each other point for point in a tightly fought bout. However, as the bouts wore on, the Vietnamese showed his class and Wei Wen was outfought 15-11, ending his SEA Games campaign. In the women's individual sabre quarterfinals, Team Singapore's Ann Lee was against Thonpan Pokeo. The Thai dominated from the start. 26-year-old Ann's feisty defense wasn't enough as the Thai beat her 15-7 to advance to the semi-finals. 2015 bronze medalist Lau Yee-Wen faced Philippines' Jeline Nakano Putri in the other quarterfinals. 17-year-old Yee-Wen proved too strong for her opponent as she controlled the bout and easily won 15-6 to advance to the semi-finals. Yee-Wen faced off with Vietnam's Bui Thi Tu Ha in the semi-finals. Both fencers went on the offensive from the start, with Yee-Wen taking a slight lead. The Vietnamese fought back to close the gap. However, Yee-Wen showed more composure and outfenced her opponent 15-11 to book her place in the finals.
Well, it was a very tight match, clearly, and there were some ups and downs in my fencing. There are many external factors that a fencer has to deal with, and I just tried to focus on doing the best for myself. So I had plans set out, and I tried to trick her tactically and to mentally compete well. And my aim for that bout was kind of just to sustain a mental focus and to do my very best in it.
The final between Yee-Wen and Thailand's Ponsawan Ngirongrongrat was a tightly contested bout. The Thai started more aggressively. However, Yee-Wen outwitted her with a quick reflexes to take a narrow lead. From then on, both fencers matched each other point for point. As the bouts wore on, Yee-Wen went on the offensive. It was a move which paid off as she won the bouts 15-12 and bagged her first and Singapore's second goal in fencing in these games.
Piano, my opponent. I know her, I've competed with her on circuit before, and she's a very experienced and mature fencer. She's already a senior. So competing against her, I didn't go in being 100%, like, I wasn't 100% knowing that I would win, but I went in with wanting to have fun and wanting to just express myself on the piste. So I had some tactical strategies that I set up, and I did my mental preparation too. So when I got on the piste, I just tried to follow through with it, and eventually it all worked out. I'm really ecstatic about it. I've never gone to gold at SEA Games before, and SEA Games is such an important competition in the season, so I'm really proud to get the gold medal, especially since I was injured recently. I take this as a really big step for myself and fencing as well.
On day 4 of the Games, Team SG's shooting team continued their medal hunt at the National Shooting Range in Subang. Po Lip Meng was part of the Singapore team that won gold in the 50-metre pistol team event in 2015, but that event was not featured this time. So the 48-year-old was trying something new. He contested in his first ever 25-metre rapid-fire pistol men's event. And it was a tough learning curve for him as his 546 points did not qualify him for the finals. Still, Lip Meng was happy with his outing.
Yeah, this is the first time I qualified for this 25-meter rapid fire, which is an Olympic event. So I'm looking into exploring this event so that I can go further for 2020 and subsequent competition coming up. And well, this condition was a little bit different from us back at home, and this is a turn target. Ours back at home is an electronic target, so there's a little bit of sequence a bit different from back at home.
The skeet event came to an end after 2 days of competition. SEA Games debutant Lo Jiang Hao failed to make it to the final. He finished in 7th place with 100 points, and only the top 6 qualifiers would go through. Teammate Eugene Chu did make it to the afternoon final, but unfortunately it didn't last long. Eugene was knocked out after 20 targets as he only managed to score 12 points.
It wasn't as ideal as I expected. Yeah, so need to put in a bit more practice for that. But I'll look forward to trying to qualify for the next round of Commonwealth and Asian Games. It's just the technique just didn't get it right. Everything just didn't fall into place together. Yeah, but it's okay. I'll just learn from that. The experience was good, right? So I know where my shortfalls are. So now I have to work on it, on some of my processes, key processes. Yeah. Things didn't go as planned here, for my preparation. One thing was I actually fell sick on the first day of competition, so it was a pretty tough challenge for me to overcome that with a nose block and all that. Yeah, perhaps the two details I did today, I think I gave it my best because yesterday I was actually feeling worse than today. So I think I'm pretty happy with my performance today, considering that I'm feeling better now.
Better news from the men's 50-meter rifle prone event qualifiers. Ong Junhong finished first out of 6 in his session, while teammate Lim Tongxian came in second in the other qualifier. Both are through to the Thursday finals and looking good for medals. Meanwhile, Jasmine Sir has been in the range supporting her teammates. Both her competitions, the 10-meter and 50-meter 3 positions air rifle events, have been shifted to Friday.
So basically 2 days before we fly, we got to know that my competition is being moved to a later date, such that both of my competitions are back-to-back. Then we try to adjust the thinking and we treat positively. So I'm thinking that I have more rest now to enjoy my stay in KL before my real competition day comes, and we are treating it very well, and preparation has been going on well. I think that this SEA Games is a good preparation for other major competitions that's coming up in a few months' time, actually, because next year in the first half of the year we have Commonwealth Games coming up very shortly. It's just a blink of an eye, and then before that I have my World Cup finals coming up in October. It's my first time participating in that because I qualified, so it's gonna get exciting, and this games will prepare me for those competitions coming up in future.
Singapore right to left, just reminding you. Myanmar in the green. Into the circle. Oh, the keeper's missed it. And the diving effort from Van der Put. It's a bit of a mess of it by Coco Lin. That's a skill that they've got to develop. Marakan still. Plays it quickly. Marakan. And away from another one. And he's looking for someone to deflect it. Anyway, out it comes. Penalty corner for Myanmar is good. Tun Win Tan, the captain. Oh, it was almost straight at the keeper. Probably should have done something a bit more with that. And so laid off by Tan for Zani. Hits the backboard, straight past Wei Wei, and Myanmar score. Umpire may have ruled that the attacking player made no more of it than there was. This one's into the circle. Can they get a shot away on the reverse? They can, and they score! Singapore have levelled very early. Noor Shah has done really well on his reverse. Goalkeeper gets a glove to it. There to have scored it in if he was needed was Ian Van der Put, but he wasn't. Noor Shah gets one back for Singapore. One apiece. Wei Wei didn't do so well. The keeper first time around for Singapore. Could have saved it this time. And it's a stroke. Now, umpire's pointed straight to the spot. The keeper will have to do it all on his own. Well, that's hit the defender in the body. He does. Keeper, in fact, is Gary Lee in the second half. Singapore with the chance. And goes wide. Off the stick of Yuhari. Got plenty on it, and there's the goal. Just didn't see it off the line well enough. Grewal again. Needs to find someone in the circle. He's managed to do that. Shot on the reverse is kicked away by Coco Lin. And full time in this fixture between Singapore and Myanmar. Silver and bronze medalists from 2 years ago. And we couldn't separate them today. Singapore 2, Myanmar 2.
2015 silver medalist Singapore take on 2015 gold medalist and perennial favourites Malaysia. That match is on Saturday.
All the best to the players. Anyway, still to come on today, the games, swimming and athletics.
That's right, bowling as well, as our girls defend their trios title that they won in 2015.
Hello and welcome back to Today at the Games, where we're bringing you the highlights of Team Singapore in action at the 29th SEA Games. Yes. Swimming and athletics coming very soon. It's the icing on the cake, we promise.
Yeah, we promise that. But first, let's go over to bowling. Sunway Pyramid, as early as 9 o'clock, the trios competition started. Now remember, in 2015, it was Shayna Ng, Sherry Tan and Bernice Lim that won the title.
But Bernice Lim has swapped out of the team. New Hui Fen coming in, but the question is, would this also be a winning combination?
With one medal of each colour already in the bag, Team Singapore's bowlers added a silver medal to their haul today in the women's trios event. The trio of Shayna Ng, New Hui Fen and Sherry Tan were at the top of the standings with a score of 2-5-4-0 at the end of Game 4. But they gave up the lead to the Malaysian trio of Esther Chia, Charlene Zulkifli and Sim Lee Jane in Game 5. The Malaysians eventually finished with a total of 3,835 pinfalls to clinch gold. The Singaporean trio of Ng, New and Tan had to settle for silver with a total of 3,795 pinfalls. Malaysia also clinched the bronze.
I think we did our best today. You know, it's been a long day and we started bowling since 9 AM in the morning. It was quite disappointing on our part. You know, we felt that, you know, we could have definitely done better, you know, and the results could have definitely been better. However, that being said, I feel that the most important event coming into this entire SEA Games is the team event tomorrow. I feel that the team event trumps the singles, doubles and trios. So that is the event that we have all been working together as a team trying to achieve that. So the team event is tomorrow, and I think that all we have to do is to keep our heads together and you know, continue fighting tomorrow.
Well, I feel that it's rather disappointing we did not go back with a goal today, because we had a good shape to the pocket, but we failed to capitalise on that and we missed a few simple spares here and there. So that definitely affected our chances of getting the gold medal. And with that said, I would think that we can refocus and work better tomorrow for the team of 5.
Considering that the mixed doubles was on the short and we ended off the trios on the short, even though it's the same pattern, but it played really differently. So I guess matching up to the pockets, I think we did really well. But then again, like what Sherry said, we could have done way better on our spares.
Singapore's other trio, featuring Daphne Tan, Jazreel Tan and Bernice Lim, finished in 6th position overall with a score of 3,593. In the men's trio event, the team of Basil Ng, Chia Rei Han and Timothy Tam, all Games debutants, gave a good account of themselves to finish in 5th position overall with a score of 3,808.
I thought the performance was fantastic. The three of them is their debut SEA Games. So the way they bowled, they fought, and if you were here to watch them bowl, you'll be very, very proud of them. So I was very proud of actually all 6 of them. The performance was great actually. The results wasn't good, but performance was good. They were, after 3 games, they were third or second, and that was something that gave them, it's an experience that is priceless. It's something they can work towards and mentally be stronger for the future.
Singapore's second trio of Darren Ong, Jairus Goh and Keith Saw finished in 7th position with a score of 3,726. Thailand took gold and silver, with Indonesia claiming the bronze.
That's a miss yet again for Tui Tetsi. Or was that a travel? The Myanmar bench immediately got up and asked for it. Cheryl Poon happy to attack the basket for an easy 2 in the paint. Amanda kept it alive and then thought that Wei Pin was going to take control of it. The fast break is on from Myanmar. They couldn't take full advantage of it. Maybe they can from 3-point range. It is good. The first 3-pointer sunk in this game. And then well boxed out by Choi Ting for the easy rebound for Singapore. 7 left to shoot now before the end of this first quarter. Wei Pin might want to take it all by herself. She absolutely got no choice. Well, what a behind the back pass that one was. And a brilliant end to the first quarter with a superb assist thrown out by Ko Wei Pin for Charmaine C. Jacqueline Chu decides to go for the mid-range J. Fails to take advantage of it. Yoshida free from the outside. Hits it. Money for the 3 for Yuki Yoshida. Very good pressurizing defense by Singapore, forcing Myanmar to take that long shot. Now they have 6 seconds to pull this one off for the final shot of the ball game. Wide open, Yuki Yoshida nails it. Yet again, at the buzzer, Singapore in 2 consecutive quarters get the final shot off. And they take a healthy lead into halftime against Myanmar. Cheryl Poon from the outside, Sarah Jane Tan, boomtown! Finally for SJT. Tetsu, still Tetsu, looking to dribble herself into space. It's a very flashy no-look pass. It's converted to make the pass look even better now. Sarah Jane, another 3 is good for Sarah Jane Tan. Pauline needs to protect the ball and does well with it. Wei Bin finds the open lady, which is Amanda. Pulls up for the jumper, and it's good. Amanda is red hot and on fire. Loiter, the latest to try it, and nails it. They haven't been getting the rolls or the luck of the rim. Myanmar. Amanda once again running out. Wei Bin steps into 3-point range and hits another one from downtown. Once again they go attacking the rim. Cheryl finds Wei Bin, throws it up. Open shot for the 3, and it's good yet again. So 80-43. This game certainly in the freezer. Alana checks back in. Wide open is Loiter. Once again, Sarah Jane Tan decides to take the 3. Yes. Tetsu hasn't scored a basket in a while and has the ball stolen from her. Picks her pocket, keeps the change. Amanda Lim, 23 points now in the ball game. And Singapore close in on the century mark. 7 seconds remaining. Are Singapore going to go for another buzzer beater? A second remaining, just throws it up, and it goes! Yet again, the story of the match for Singapore. Ariel Loiter for the 3rd quarter. They did it in the first, the final shot that beat the buzzer, and then boomtown from Yuki Yoshida to end the half. And then to end the match, Ariel Loiter with a little teardrop heaves it up and finds nothing but net. Another buzzer beater for Singapore, who've hit the century mark against Myanmar and have won convincingly for their first victory at the 29th Southeast Asian Game in women's basketball.
Singapore takes on Vietnam tomorrow. All the best of luck to them. Right, we're going to go for a short break. But when we return, the only type of schooling that kids like.
You're not feeling well, I'll let you get away with that. Anyway, Joe Schooling is swimming in the events that won him the Olympic gold last year. And also look out for young swimmers like Kwa Ting Wen and Dylan Koo.
That's absolutely right. And Veronica Shanti Pereira is looking to defend her 200-meter title. Can she do it? We will find out. Don't go away. This is Today at the Games.
Thank you for staying with us. This is Today at the Games. Okay, since she made the promise earlier on, we're going to give it to you right now. Athletics and swimming, sports that could be decided by hundredths of a second.
That is exactly why they're such fan favourites, especially the sprint events. They are fast, they are furious, and that is exactly how our swimmers played it out tonight.
Oh yes, 6 gold medals from first 2 days of competition. What would day 3 hold for our swimmers?
Well, Joe Schooling has only lost 1 butterfly event at the SEA Games, and it was, believe it or not, ironically, this race, the race that gave him the Olympic gold medal. It happened in 2011 when he lost to Huang Ki-Fook. Well, the big question here, Gerald, is whether Joseph Schooling is going to put on beast mode, because if he does, then we might see the first sub-52-second swim in SEA Games history. But that was what we term BS, before schooling. That's a period that's almost unknown now, because since Joe has emerged, we are looking perhaps at the first ever sub-52-second swim in SEA Games history. Triadi Fauzi keeping pace with him, but losing out right now. Joe Schooling going after the SEA Games record, becoming the first swimmer perhaps to go under 52 seconds at the SEA Games. He does 51.38 seconds, and he is 1.65 seconds ahead of Triadi Fauzi. Well, that's not the new largest margin of victory in SEA Games history. It is the 3rd largest margin of victory in SEA Games history, but still good enough for gold medal and a new SEA Games record. The first man ever in the SEA Games to go below 52 seconds is the Olympic champion. And another SEA Games record for him, the first sub-52 second swim in SEA Games history, done of course by Joseph Schooling, who now wins his 13th gold medal, and 13 gold medals takes him 3rd on the all-time list, alongside a certain Richard Sambera.
You know, I was, what, 7, 8 tenths faster than my games record 2 years ago. So right now we're 3 for 3, and you know, the goal is to try to win all my events. And you know, the race was fine. A little tired, definitely. It felt a little more tiring than I thought it would, but you know, the most important thing is getting my hand on the wall first, trying to set a new games record, and I'm very pleased that I could have done both of those things. Crowd reception is amazing, you know, definitely not what we expected as a team, but it's a pleasant surprise. It's awesome. It gets louder and louder every day, and I can't wait to see what will happen on Saturday when everyone comes out over the weekend.
Hua Qingwen and Hua Jingwen. The two of them, of course, will be favorites alongside Jasmine Alcalde, who look very, very comfortable in the heats this morning. Well, Hua Qingwen's tactics throughout the years has always been to go out very quick in the first 50 meters. She did that as well in 2015, and she has gone out very quick in lane number 1 already, almost half a body length ahead of Jasmine Alcalde, who is keeping watch very closely on Qingwen's sister Jingwen. You hardly see that happening. Lanes 1 and 2 turning first after 50 meters, and what a brilliant turn that one was by Hua Qingwen. Does Hua Qingwen have enough gas to hold on for the final 20 meters of this race? Tian Vian catching up very quickly, so too Jasmine Alcalde, and so too Hua Qingwen. This is almost a dead hit finish, and it will be Hua Qingwen who's won it by 0.02 seconds against Nguyen Tian Vian, the closest race that we've had at the SEA Games so far, and she sheds tears of joy because she has managed to hold on at the last part. We thought she was struggling heading home, and how about that time? 55.74. That's an amazing quick time, not just by her but everyone in the field as well. Amazing times by all swimmers. You have to say, first time at the SEA Games that 3 swimmers have cracked 56 seconds.
Please rise for the national anthem of Singapore.
Well, Bagos scratched himself from the field, I believe, and they might have changed it around, or did they get the order wrong? Because on our list here, it looks as if Daniel Bago is still in it.
Ladies.
What a magnificent field this is, led of course by Huang Ki-Fook, the champion of 2013 and 2015, and Danny Yeo, the champion of 2011, and Wilson Sim, the man who is touted to become champion of 2017 in front of his home fans. It's a 100 sprinter in the 200 versus a 400 middle distance swimmer in the 200. And at the moment, the former is leading by 0.44 seconds. Danny Yeo, trying to stay in the map of relevancy, turns in third spot. And Wilson Sim has gone 1:48.50 at the Malaysian Open. They turn almost side by side, and we're almost going to get the same finish as we did in the 100 meters freestyle final earlier on. Danny Yeo in third position for Singapore. But he's turning to the right and breathing to the right, whereas Wilson can see exactly what his rival is doing, and Wilson Sim is coming right back at it. It's almost another close finish, and it will be Wilson Sim winning it just ahead of Hwang Ki-Fook, and Singapore's Danny Yeo in third place. Another amazing race. 1:48.98 for Danny Yeo. Will take a lot out of her, and how would she be going into the 800 meters freestyle relay? But we all know how quick Kwa Ting Wen is. Yet again, it is Janjira Srisaad who's gotten off to a very quick start, but underwaters from Kwa Ting Wen just absolutely superb. But she's playing catch up against the Thai girl all over again. Jasmine Al-Khaldi getting back into this race, but it is Kwa Ting Wen who is slowly inching ahead of Janjira Srisaad, who doesn't have the engines to finish off this 50 meters race. Kwa Ting Wen slowly inching ahead right now, just slightly ahead of Janjira Srisaad. Jasmine Al-Khaldi can't keep up with her. It will be Kwa Ting Wen winning yet again by 0.11 seconds ahead of Srisaad, and Al-Khaldi in third position. Brilliant swim by Kwa Ting Wen. So too Janjira Srisaad, who only becomes the third Southeast Asian to dip below 27 seconds with a new national record. And Jasmine Al-Khaldi of the Philippines in third place, 27.27. That's also a brand new record for her. Can she get to double digits before the end of these games? Let's hope for Kwa Ting Wen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So we'll let Gerald talk more in this race than ever before, because this was his race that won the bronze medal, and Kwa Ting Wen in lane number 4, the red hot favorites, has gotten off to a good start, followed very closely by Duy Khoi of Vietnam.
Francis has a very good chance of winning this. Just look at that. Look at Francis's stroke again, right? You can see him bouncing up and down, but he looks like he's really got an opportunity to win this race.
This will be a huge surprise if it happens, and will be the surprise of the games thus far. Kwa Ting Wen, I think, finally realizes that Francis is so close to him, deciding to just speed up just a little bit, and he touches home first, just ahead of Francis Fong, 0.40 seconds behind Kwa Ting Wen, and Angga Wijaja of Indonesia in third place.
What an amazing swim by Francis. I'm actually super excited for Francis. This is his first SEA Games.
It was 2:00.49. How about that? That's shaved his personal best by 3.15 seconds. That's a lot to shave off.
It was a hard swim. Francis was really pushing me all the way. But yeah, I mean, just glad to pull out the win for Singapore. It's definitely very special to have both my sisters on the same meet as me. Hasn't happened all that often. First time in 2015, second time now, I think. So yeah, I mean, it's just nice to have that family support, and yeah, really solid. They've been my rocks throughout. Yeah, nothing more to say. Definitely a little bit harder than 2015, even with the lighter load. I think just coming out of World Champs really puts you in a different state of mind. It's just really tired right now.
Lane assignments: Malaysia's Heidi Gan in lane number 2. Thailand have got Sapian Chai Hongkanjana, who has already swum in the 100 meters freestyle earlier on because of the form that she has been in. It will be Thailand with the first changeover, 0.42 seconds ahead of Singapore. Ting Wen in the pool, and she's up against Kitia Patrawadi, who's got a personal best time this year of 2:04.41. So Ting Wen is a full 3 seconds faster than her this year. So Ting Wen, and she plunged in, she was half a body length behind, and now she'll give 1.5 body length lead to Rachel Seng. Benjapon Srifanonton, a previous medalist in the previous SEA Games in the 200 meters freestyle, goes for Thailand. In third place for the Philippines, Rosalie Marie Santa Ana. Look at Kwa Jingwen watching so very closely and giving that call to Jingwen to say, now's your time. And it is the time for Kwa Jingwen to win her third gold medal of these games, because Kwa Jingwen is taking it home for Singapore. It's a young squad. Kwa Jingwen did a job, of course, to not G it up, but also bring it into a lead earlier on. 8:11.75. We did say it's a crazy time, but I think they're able to break the SEA Games record. It will be a new SEA Games record. We thought the record would stand for a long time, but that is a brand new SEA Games record, and also, well, just short of the national record, 8:09.91. But it's a brand new SEA Games record for Team Singapore and the team of Kwa Jingwen, Rachel Seng, and starting things off, Christy Chu. Jingwen gave them the lead. New SEA Games record yet again. Look at that winning margin.
A relief, actually. It's the longest 4 hours that I've had in a while. I was actually really nervous coming into today. I mean, you guys kind of see like what happens after, during and after the races, but today's kind of been on my mind a lot, just because, you know, I've never actually done 3 races back to back before, but it helps having people in the stands, you know, that the coaches are on the side. I've had so many people tell me just take it one event at a time, and I did that, and it worked. I would definitely say that I was the most nervous for the 100 freestyle, just because I mean, it was the first of 3 events. I came into tonight really nervous, just kind of like being very overwhelmed by all the events. So getting the 100 freestyle out of the way was a major relief, but it didn't take away anything from the 50 fly. I was very close. I came out and the first thing my brother said to me was that I had a very bad touch. And this relay is very important. All relays actually, but I mean, I remember this one 2 years ago, and we had like Rachel and Christy on the same team, so we all remember how it's always close with Thailand. So this one, I can't tell you which one means the most. They're all good.
Now this the start list for the women's 200 meter final. Kugapriya Chandran of Singapore, Tasapon Vanakit, Thailand, Letu Chin of Vietnam. So the defending champion of Singapore. It's a good looking start for Richardson going inside of Singapore's Shanti Pereira, but immediately on her inside Zulkifli of Malaysia, 23.96 in the preliminaries. But look at the way that Lit Tu Chin is going of Vietnam. 23.65. By the time she hit the straight, she was well in front. Zulkifli putting herself in medal contention here, and the defending champion might even be challenging for the silver here. Shanti Pereira. It's gold for Lit Tu Chin, only just on the line. Zulkifli had just got the silver, and bronze to the defending champion. Veronica Shanti Pereira doesn't break the SEA Games record, 23.31 for Lit Tu Chin, but another comfortable performance from the Vietnamese athlete. She has claimed the 100 and 200 meter double at the SEA Games of 2017. An immaculate display of sprinting. She was confident in all her heat victories. Confirmation of the results. You know, it's not a SEA Games record, but 23.32 is a fast time. It's been rounded up to for Lit Tu Chin, the champion, the sprint double. Husnia bin Zulkifli, silver and bronze to Veronica Shanti Pereira of Singapore, as both Philippine sprinters miss out.
Here's a look at the medal tally. Singapore at 27 goals, courtesy of 5 from swimming and a snooker doubles goal from Chan Keng Kwan and Tae Chun Kiet.
More athletics action tomorrow as Dipna Limprasad hopes to win a medal in the 400 meters.
That's right, the bowlers are also going to be in action. They're taking part in the team event, and our paddlers who had a rest day today, they'll be back in competition with the team competition.
Right, so get your taste of SEA Games action on Toggle 1 as early as 9 a.m. with swimming heats Gold medalists Darren Lim and Joseph Schooling involved in the 100 meters freestyle.
And not to mention athletics heats at 3 p.m. on Toggle 2 with the swimming finals at 7 p.m. on Octo Sports.
Okay, then after everything's over, of course, you can join the both of us in our daily highlights show today at the Games. Time for us to go right now. I'm Mark Richmond.
I'm Kelly Latimer. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.